Welcome to the channel, The Shelved Game. If you are new here, this channel is about finding those games that have been on my shelf for years or on my list that haven't been played yet, bringing them out and showing them some love. Today, we will be going over a newer game that I would love to get back on the table and purchased into my board game collection, Civolution. As always, this script is completely human produced. We just use AI voice to help narrate. Without further ado, let's jump into the rules overview. Civolution is a heavy Euro game where you take on the role of a deity, guiding a fledgling civilization through 4 distinct eras of development. At its heart, the game is a deep puzzle of dice management, centered around your player board, known as the console. Every turn begins with your pool of 6-sided dice, which you must pair together to activate specific modules. These pairs act as coordinates on a 6x6 action matrix. For instance, combining a 3 and a 4 allows you to trigger the module at that exact intersection. This creates a constant tactical challenge where you must use special abilities to manipulate your die faces to reach the actions you need. When your dice pool is exhausted, you perform a reset to retrieve them, which also acts as the game's primary timer. Once a collective number of resets occur among all players, the era ends, forcing you to balance your individual efficiency against the pace of the table. The physical expansion of your civilization takes place on a central map, governed by a unique 2-step logistics system. Unlike most games where resources are instantly gathered, Civolution requires you to first use procreation and migration actions to settle your tribes in various terrains. Once positioned, you take production actions to place resource cylinders like food, stone, or wood onto the map. Crucially, these materials are not yet usable. You must spend a separate transport action to move those cylinders from the map into your console's storage. This extra layer of logistics means your strategy must account for both the creation and the harvesting of goods, ensuring you don't leave vital resources stranded in the wilderness when you need them for your next big project. As your civilization grows, its identity is shaped by the research cards you play into your tableau. These cards represent your tech tree, spanning categories like biology, engineering, and culture. To play them, you'll need to meet specific resource costs and stage requirements on your board, but the payoff is worth it. They provide a mix of immediate bonuses, permanent engine building powers, and lucrative endgame scoring. Simultaneously, you will be climbing various progress tracks that represent your global standing. Advancing on these tracks, such as the Favor of the Gods, is vital because they unlock higher income levels and multipliers for your final score, effectively turning your mid-game momentum into a winning total. A primary goal for your first session should be the evolution of your console through module upgrades. You begin with basic level 1 actions, but by completing specific achievement criteria, you can flip these tiles to their level 2 or level 3 sides, which offer significantly more powerful versions of the same maneuvers. This growth is tempered by the maintenance phase at the end of each era, where you must feed your tribes and resolve environmental events. Success in Civolution comes from maintaining this delicate balance, expanding your footprint on the map, upgrading your technological engine, and ensuring your civilization can sustain itself through the transition of the ages. After 4 eras, the player who has best synthesized these tracks, cards, and territories into a cohesive history will be crowned the winner. Like stated previously, this rules overview is simply that, an overview. You will most definitely need to consult another YouTube video or the rulebook before you can fully understand and play your first game. Now on to my opinions on the game. I love this game. I had been introduced to this game last year, and I've always been trying to get it to the table wherever and whenever I could. It really gives me that pure Euro style of game that I love so much. This game really plays into my love for the Euro game genre. It has such a wondrous combination of strategy and luck that most Euros have a hard time balancing. I love the incorporation of different mechanisms in a way that makes sense and works together. I especially love the amount of different strategies and options you have at any point in the game. You will find out soon that I am such a passionate player of more complex and challenging games like Civolution. While I sometimes experience analysis paralysis, this game allows you the ability to think a few steps in advance so you aren't there stuck waiting to see what other people do on the map. I definitely give Civolution my full backing, so if you haven't tried it out yet, I recommend finding a copy at your local board game shop and try it out. This channel is all about finding that old board game shelf, playing the games I used to love or have not tried yet, and visiting new games that are just being released. If you'd like to follow me on this journey of trying out and revisiting all of my 600 plus board games in my collection and exploring new ones together, do give the video a like and subscribe. Your support means a lot to me.